regards to child care has been a struggle. It's been very expensive, and a lot of places are not adequate. And when I say adequate, I mean they're not up to par, but they still charge the same amount of money.
I know there's a lot of people act more different when they're receiving your child at the door, then after they shut the door and you leave, it's a total different person that's with your child.
I work full time, and I'm very educated, and I work in a good field, but I still struggle with affording child care. Which is about $225 or more a week, and that's about $1,000 a month. My situation is there are no offers for support if you are working. That's like frowned upon. If you work, they feel like you should be able to afford it.
A problem in a lot of cities is that teenagers don't have anything productive to do when they leave school. While teenagers could choose to work part-time jobs, oftentimes because they are unskilled workers, these jobs won't pay much.
But basically, after school time, everybody participates in a lot of very negative things because they don't really have too many positive activities.
A study out of Sacramento State University investigated the motives behind why Black teenage males choose to sell drugs in the first place. They found that these motives came down to two main categories, which were exposure and money.
So, as far as in the job thing, it's hard to tell a child, put that $5,000 or $10,000 a day and they get this $200 a week job. It's like, it's your way, and then you try to learn a new way, so it kind of makes you like, I can't say old dog new tricks because you're a kid, that's what I say. It's hard to teach a young puppy new tricks, which they'll walk and certain and train to do certain things. But a lot of them do talk about getting jobs or whatever, but the jobs that they choose to get will be available for, and they're taking them right back to drugs or whatever. So, because the money ain't the same, it's not enough for them. Because you're coming up in the atmosphere that they are, poor or having too much money, neither one learns how to budget and maintain cash and respect money.
When it comes to younger children, such as those in elementary and middle school, they oftentimes go home after school and are unattended, or even in the summers when they aren't going to school at all, no one's watching them. When children are left unattended, they aren't learning and developing the way they should be. No one's reading to them. No one's doing their homework with them. They're oftentimes going outside and observing crimes, and no adults know what they're doing.
Mostly hear about how terrible the situation is for kids in Baltimore and about the bad things that result from being in that environment. But we know that there are great kids out there, and that if given an opportunity, would be open to accepting an alternative source of income if it were lucrative enough. So when we're thinking about ways for teenagers to earn money, babysitting is actually the first thing that comes to mind. It's relatively low skill and can be very lucrative. You can make maybe $15, $20 an hour. When we were trying to think about business solution for the community, we really wanted our program to be financially sustainable. We didn't want this to have to be dependent on donor dollars necessarily. So a proposition is essentially creating market access for promising teenagers into lucrative babysitting jobs, and then using a portion of those earnings to subsidize an after-school program for younger kids. Our plan is to start small, to partner with 1 or 2 high schools and local AmeriCorps volunteers to help us identify candidates, get them certified through the American Red Cross, create online profiles, and then sort of launch their service providing. So The reason for the Red Cross certification is that there is evidence to support that people are more likely to hire babysitters with a certification.
So Caremore Bmore will pilot its initiative program into 2 phases. Phase 1 will begin in summer, where 5 trained students will be paired with families of different socio-economic levels. The students will babysit throughout the summer vacation, earning money and bridging the socio-economic gaps. And 1 year later, we will initiate phase 2 of the program, where the Caremore Bmore team will expand the scope of this program to create more after-school programs and help engage more students and also continue with their babysitting program. Ultimately, Caremore Bmore will seek to build leadership skills within these graduates, and hopefully someday these students will have the skills to open their own babysitting centers in Baltimore.
We recognize that this program isn't going to solve the problem overnight, and that in the initial stages at least, it still leaves many Baltimoreans without the childcare that they need. We do hope that through attempting to meet some portion of the need in this way, we can actually draw more attention to this issue and empower young people who might not have much to realize that they really do have something to contribute, and that they can also make money doing it.
Considering characters from The Wire, Wallace would be an ideal candidate to be a part of Caremore Bmore. Throughout season 1, Wallace demonstrates this moral dilemma. He doesn't feel that it's the right thing to do to be involved in the drug trade, but at the same time, he knows he needs money. He also demonstrates compassion and responsibility when taking care of the neighborhood children. It's likely that the money that Wallace makes through selling drugs is the same money that he uses to buy snacks and juice boxes for the neighborhood children. Not only would Wallace earn money through being involved in Caremore Bmore, but he'd gain those entrepreneurial skills so that maybe one day he could start his own business.
In terms of what we really need to make this program happen, thinking about human resources that we need. And the partners we're going to engage with, really the tools that we're going to need. How to better utilize existing resources. There's so many people doing so much great work in this city, so how can we sort of tap into their expertise and into their continuity? That's when we really thought of Source. We would really like for them to be the platform for this, and through which that they can engage other graduate students who are looking to do practicum work and other.
To evaluate this program, we want to track basic outputs such as number of participants, dollars earned, partners engaged, hours dedicated, etc., in order to measure outcomes and impact. In the long term, the impact we want to make is increased access, and that means increased access to quality childcare services and increased economic opportunity for parents and teenagers. If we can help break the cycle of poverty and bridge socioeconomic gaps, we can build a stronger Baltimore.